Because I wanted to talk about something that I thought was pretty funny. It's just Twitter, so everybody hates each other and is insufferable pieces of shit. I guess they're not. They're human beings, so they're not bad people. I don't know. I feel like the internet kind of made people too anonymous. I guess I believe anonymity. Fuck what? Being anonymous is good, right? I think we should be able to have privacy, but it kind of just turned people into the worst versions of themselves. So that's why I really don't go on Twitter very much. But I decided to check it out because I was really bored, and I see this guy, right, Mr. Beast. Now, I don't like his videos. He seems like a cool guy, you know. I used to watch him when he just put like bricks and like shit, like before he did the I'm gonna give $10,000 to this guy. I was there before. I'm an OG man. That was okay, whatever. But basically, apparently he's doing a water thing, right? And I think that's pretty cool, you know. He's raised an absurd amount of money and they still hate because granted he has been in controversies, but I mean they're all pretty much false. I know the dog pack one, which I wasn't following too much, but I know that was proven false. Got like Weddle or whatever the fuck his name is, whose top five videos are all about him talking about Mr. Beast. Came out to get like clout, and he was lying the entire time. I mean, then the fucking dog pack video was just literally photoshopped. I mean, it's crazy, and everybody just took it at face value because that's what people do. And his friend was like a pedophile, which honestly it must be devastating for him because I doubt he right they've been childhood friends. So I doubt he actually knew that. But it's he's had a bad time, right? And at this they will hate on this man for anything. Like let's go to fucking what's which one seems like fucking this one sure. Let's look. I bet this man is gonna get hate for some shit that like okay, so so you're a millionaire to donate 7 million. So you're millionaires. So you got millionaires donate 7 million charity, but you only donated 400K. That's sad. But you only donated 400K. That is like a 6 years of salary. Like, and that's if you work. I mean, dude, that is like what I will make if I worked at McDonald's for like fucking 10, 20 years. I feel like the reason I don't really go on Twitter is that people just hate on every like this fucker. Who are you? Like, if you share a donation, it's not charity, it's a trade. You gave to get attention, not to give. Like shut up. Just shut up. Okay, first of all, of course, he needs to post about it so people actually know it exists. Second of all, like, what do you think happens when you donate to a homeless person? It's a trade. You get to feel better about yourself. You give them money. I mean, people people will hate. This is what like people. I feel like online, especially because you're anonymous. No one cares, to be honest. Like, I feel like people who don't have water care. Like, what does this mean, bro? Like, millions to wealth, but he didn't. What are you talking? This is why I don't go on Twitter because it just makes me so mad. Like, I think at a certain point, running out, there's no confirmation about saying. I feel like the internet has it's just people hating to hate. Like the second anything happens to somebody, hate there's hate, and I'm just like, let's be real for a minute. Mr. Beast, he is a business, right? He he has a business, right? He make give money to people to get money, so he can give more money to people and grow his business. That is his business model. So of course he's gonna post about giving money so he can get money to give more money to grow his business. I mean, I don't get why people hate literally everybody, man. It's like fucking any like popular person just gets an absurd amount of hate for no reason. And I'm assuming it is just mostly jealousy, right? Because I mean, of course, I would want to be able to donate $400,000 to have that type of money where it wouldn't financially cripple me. I mean, that is like a house, basically donating even a pretty decent sized house. Okay, no, I guess it depends because I live in Illinois where home prices are absurd. So this is like smallish house, right? But if you live in like Texas, I'm assuming you get a big house. But I'm just like, dude, come on, just be say, I don't know, just he's giving money to fucking people who are thirsty, who can't access water, and people will still find a way to hate. And it's not just him. Like it's basically any popular person. Like, I don't like Kai Cenat. I don't watch any of these guys, but I don't even like. And I feel like everybody just gets hate for no reason, and it just seems like I don't understand why people hate on everything, no matter what. Like you realistically, I think it's because the I can never say this word. Anonymity. It's because you're anonymous, right? You're anonymous. You can say really whatever you want. I mean, like when I was like 12, 5 days ago, I'm a couple years, right? I can't say many because I am not that old. I mean, in my terms, it's many because I haven't lived that many years. But to like 50-year-old, it's gonna seem like nothing. But I've said some bad things, but I spent a while deleting all my comments. 'Cause I'm smart, but yeah, it's just really for attention. But I don't do that anymore, of course. But I'm just confused why people always just like on God. It's crazy. Like somebody does anything, and they're gonna be like, "You are the worst. I hate you. You're for attention. You devil, racist, Nazi." And I'm just like, he's donating water, man. Like, of course he wants people to know he donated because then more people will see him, therefore more people watch his videos, therefore getting him more money, therefore allowing him to do bigger and bigger projects. Because I feel like at a certain level of fame, it's not about what they do because they're not seen as a human being, right? You hear Mr. Beast, you don't think of a person who shits, he eats, he gets sad when his favorite football team loses for the 8,000th time. He's from North Carolina, right? So Carolina, I don't know. But he's a human being at the core, right? And any of these people, and I mean, realistically, all of these people are going to have crazy egos. Because if you have an army of people who are calling you the greatest person ever, you would become egotistical. I would become egotistical. We would all have crazy egos. And that's just the truth. And it's not that they're bad people, it's that people just meet ride them. And of course, you're going to get a big ego when everybody calling you the greatest. And then at a certain level of fame, they turn on you. You don't really care because I don't know. But like, I mean, imagine not being able to go outside. Like Mr. B, he does not get to money, right? But this is the bad type of money. I would way rather be rich, but he knows me, right? Because this man, though it seems nice to be able to be famous, after like a week, you would hate it. Of course, it would stroke your ego. But imagine not being able to take your child outside because you will get ganged up on. Everybody will be treating you like an object to take pictures with. And it's like you're a statue, and everybody will just take pictures with you. Like, I like the paparazzi and shit. I thought it was crazy. Like, even if I go around following in a woman in the middle of the night taking pictures of her, I'm going to jail for stalking. But if you do it to a celebrity, you're a paparazzi, which is, I guess, legal, which I'm a little confused about. I feel like that should break some sort of law because of that. Like, I'm sure I followed a young, like a fucking woman around for like a day, taking pictures of her, trying to. I would get in trouble, but for some reason, it isn't when you're famous. I think it's kind of crazy how the because I mean, look at like, Drake. That's a bad example, but look at like fucking know somebody that I don't know that many famous people. It's like an Elon Musk. It's also kind of a bad example. But it's a lot of hate. And I mean, I think he's kind of a dick, right? I don't know him, but I feel like from what I've heard, he doesn't seem like a super nice person. And I don't agree with him politically on like the vast majority of things, but at the end of the day, he's a human being. He doesn't deserve to die. It's like even somebody who I completely disagree with, like Trump, right? He's somebody who I just don't agree with, basically at all. But he doesn't deserve. Like I see people being like, "Oh, I wish the bullet hit him in the head, or I guess it did hit him in the head. But I wish it killed him." And confused. Like, how can you wish death upon somebody because they have a different point of view? Because he's not bad. He doesn't. I don't have a better opinion than Trump, and he doesn't have a better opinion than me. Our opinions are based on our DNA, first of all. because our DNA controls our personality, controls our decisions. And I mean that's a big part. But the most important thing that makes you you is your experiences. So how can I say his experiences are less than mine? Because he didn't just decide he wanted to be Trump. You know, he didn't decide he wanted to have all those opinions. It was built on by his experiences. Now, me and him had very different experiences. He was pretty rich. I'm not rich. I'm not like poor. I'm not like homeless, but I'm not rich. I'm like upper. I'm like upper, lower class, lower middle class. So me and him are of course different views, right? A good lead. I feel like a good person, like a good leader. Like, everybody's try to have as broad of a perspective as you can. Because president, which I'd be a very bad president. Uh, I feel like the best way to be a president isn't by being a Republican or a Democrat, but trying your very hardest to represent the people of America, not representing a certain side. It's to expand your point of view and get people around you from all sides. Because you want, it doesn't matter if you completely disagree. Like if I was like super right, I should have a super left wing person next to me. So we can, because I mean, you want all sides of what the people feel come to a decision, right? But I mean, if you only look at something from one perspective, of course, I mean, it's like fucking Blender, which I've been using pretty recently. That's a bad example because most people don't know how to, whatever. My point is, if you look at an issue from one point of view, you'll never know what's happening on the other side of that, right? I mean, if you're looking at a square, a box, let's say a 3D box, and you're looking at it from one perspective, you're not going to see the other side of the box. Yet if you get somebody else on the other side of the room to look at the box, and then he can tell you what's on the other side of the box. The only way you can actually see the full picture is have people around the room, which is like around like the political spectrum, to know what the people really want. And I feel like it's become such a thing where like you're either really right wing, you're really left wing, and each side's the other to die. And it's just like we're all human beings in the end, right? Mr. Beast, some guy in like Chile, me, you. You might be the guy in Chile. I'm not sure where you're from, but I feel like at the end of the day, we're all just human beings who are made by our genetic material and our what do you call it? Our experiences, right? And honestly, if experiences are prominent because we're all similar to the same species, right? If there was a big enough difference, we wouldn't all be Homo sapiens, but we are. So the main factor is experience. So how can I say even the worst people in history, they have reasons for what they did. Okay, that sounded and I meant to people like their experiences, their condition made it forged what they become. Like Genghis Khan, he didn't kill a shit. Born in a very hostile environment that treated everybody like shit. Because people are really just product of parents and a product of environment. The worst people, the best. I guess, and I feel like the best people you don't actually hear about. 'Cause I know Mother Teresa. She probably wasn't anybody who's everybody calls a good person. I would assume isn't as good as you think they are. I'm not really sure though. She might be nice though. But even the best people, the worst people, are products of their environment and their parents. And I feel like we lose sight of like somebody disagrees with us, and we're gonna assume, you know, fucking Trump, who's a good example because everybody seems to hate. Him. At the end of the day, he's not, and it may be hard to be somebody so famous as a person, but he's a human being whose ideas were forged by uh, parents and his parents, and not any less, not any more valid. And I hope that one day we can get a leader who understands that it's not about what side you're on, because you're supposed to be on the American people's side. You're never supposed to be you're not the president of the Republicans. You're the president of the United States, not the president of the Democrats. You're the president of the United States. You're not, your goal isn't to serve one party. It's to serve the American people as a whole. And how, if they, I don't understand why they don't. I mean, you think they would have polls, like, I would assume that you should get like a bunch of like fucking alerts about, to get like, if I was president, which I would still be a terrible president, I would set alert like alerts and polls to see how the people want me to handle things. Because although the people are don't really know what they want in truth, they want to solve homelessness, but they know they don't want to pay more taxes and stuff like that. It's good to understand what they want, and your job is to figure out how to get there. I'm fucking smart as shit. Oh, I did a cooking. It seems like nowadays presidents, no matter who, I'm not talking about switching sides, but presidents have lost the meaning. And now, instead of taking American wants and figuring it out how to get, they've decided that they want to do their own allies and supporters want over the entirety of the populace. And I hope that honestly, party systems won't work. I want a president who understands that he is not a or she, I don't judge, is the president of a certain party, they're the president of America. And their job is to represent America as a whole good as they can. And the American people, they don't know what they want. Right? They said that wrong. The American people don't know how to get there, but they know what they want. They want to end all these things. They want to end homelessness. And the truth is, most of these issues aren't going to be solved in a 4-year term. But your goal is to get their wants. And you know, what? Their job is to take their wants, figure out how to get there. You're not making you're not making the steps to get, because I feel like presidents nowadays, they're like, they sort of just get what their party they want. It's but the truth is you're not elected to do what you want. You're elected to do what people want. And that's why I don't really understand how can these presidents really know what the people want? They don't ask. And I feel like I don't see any like polls that they're doing. I mean, like I feel like there's just you should get like multiple different like polls and stuff to actually the actual what the American people want. And I mean, I know, and most people they don't actually understand how difficult these things are, right? I'm assuming you ask U.S. people, the vast majority will say they want to end homelessness. It's a much more complex issue than just saying, "Oh, let's pay a little bit more money and then we can end homelessness." That's not really how it works. But people know what they want, or they want to know the end goal. They just don't know how to get there, and that's the president's job. How did we get? Okay, I gotta stay on topic. I think it's kind of funny that Mr. Beast gets so much hate about the stupidest things. I think that's it. I don't know. Vote. I guess it's not even an election. You're close to him. Um, I don't know. Uh, advice or closing statement probably is like, don't just think their opinion's wrong. Take their opinion into account. I don't know what it's like to live in rural Texas. So instead of saying, I disagree with you, your opinion sucks, I want to understand why they have this opinion. Because they are a factor of their life. Their entire personality was made by their environment. So how can I say their opinion is less valid? Because I haven't lived in that environment. I'm sure I would turn out different if I lived in Turkey or like Uzbekistan. I don't know if that's still a country. But I don't know. Even if you disagree with somebody, make sure you understand why they have their opinions before you disagree with them. Because, like, I'm sure if my family all got eaten by leopards, I would want to kill all the leopards. And I mean, somebody might say like, "Oh, you suck for wanting to kill all the leopards," but they don't understand that my entire family. That's a really bad example, but yeah, I think that's it. How long have I been recording? 19 minutes. Um, I think that's it. Yeah, bye.